appropriate attire.
All
Um,
right.
that came about, Nike.
Which one we on now?
What is appropriate attire? Because there are two schools of thoughts. On social media, of course, you see that the weather starting to change. Of course, as it starts to heat up, the clothes get smaller and smaller. You're watching TV on social media. You see people wearing things, and then you see other people posting things like, now she knew she was wrong. She shouldn't wear that. There was one post in particular that jumps out, Night. A lady was in
Mm,
church, right? She was in the front
right.
of the church singing, and she had a beautiful voice singing. She turned around and had on this like a tight, really tight, form-fitting dress and a fat booty.
You
And
shouldn't be looking at that in church, Stace.
see,
You
but
in
but
church to
you know
praise
what?
the man.
Yo, but that was the point, and people started commenting on that, saying that was inappropriate. That's a terrible way to be frozen. All right, we gotta wait for Nike to get back on. I need somebody to chime in on this because I understand the other side of that. Some people were saying, listen, your body is what it is, and you wear things to complement complement your body. But then the other side of that is that if you're wearing something that's gonna accentuate, here we go, Nike. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
The other side of that is that if you're going to wear something like that form-fitting dress and accentuate your behind, then when people lock in on that, let's be specific, when men lock in on that, regardless of where they are, they're going to lock in on it. So should you do that in
Stace, let
church?
me let me let me hit you with this. Women should be able to wear whatever they want.
Agreed.
That's first off,
Yep.
right? Second off, if you're a man and you in the church and you looking at her ass, that's not her problem. That's your problem.
Well, true. But let me ask you this, though, Nike. Men are men, right? As you always say,
Men are men.
you
Men are
black no
men.
matter where you go, whether
That's right.
you are in church, whether you're at work, whether you're on
That's
the
right.
beach, men are
Right.
gonna men are men and men are gonna be men.
Right.
So simply because you're sitting in the pews, that doesn't mean that you're not gonna recognize and see somebody with a body. You're going
Right.
to. So the question then is, and again, let me back up. I agree that women should be able to wear whatever they want to wear wherever they want. But is it appropriate to wear something that's going to accentuate that, knowing that men that are gonna be men, no matter where they are gonna lock in on it? You don't think there's anything?
No, I think that there is, I wouldn't go up in church or, wherever you're going. Like I don't go to church, first of all. Let me just get that out there. I'm a spiritual person, not a religious person. So let me
Right,
just
right. Hmm.
but if I was in church, you know what I mean? I, I'm I'm going to try my best not to be lusting after a girl, especially like, well, I'm married anyway, but I'm gonna try my best not to be lusting after a woman while I'm in there supposed to be, getting with my higher power. So
Well, let
that's
me
just,
let me
you know what
ask
I
you this
mean?
then. Let me ask you this then, Nike, because you're right. We shouldn't, but let me ask you this then. Could it be a distraction then? Is it not a distraction? You
It
know,
may be a distraction, but guess what? That's you being distracted, not her. She ain't distracted. She in there trying to praise the Lord. She just happened to have a fat ass.
so okay, so and see again, I think it goes both ways. I
There,
think it
there,
goes both
there,
ways.
there is some things that I don't think is appropriate for church,
Right.
or that like your
Or the
dress
workplace.
or the workplace. Like you wouldn't go there in a bikini,
Right.
or you wouldn't go there in a nightgown, or what I mean. You know what's appropriate,
But you know
but
what's appropriate,
but
right?
if a woman is just wearing clothes and she has a nice body, how what can she do about it? That's a good thing.
No,
Like
it
if
is.
she if hmm?
It is. I agree with you. Right, right. There's. I mean, you have a nice body. I think there's a line though, Nike, between wearing things that are subtly, subtle, being more subtle. I think there are levels to it. Like you
There are
said,
levels. There
you
are
know,
levels.
that chick, the thing that she had on was like one of those. It was almost like a spandex joint. It was sweater, so it was like blue blow. You know what I mean? So I just think that you know, there's some things that when you put it on that if it's straight hugging or if it's too revealing, I think we.
But see, that's all relative. Too revealing for you may
Mm,
not be too revealing to the next person. You know what I mean? You have to. There's kind of a fine line,
mm,
there's kind of a fine line that you can't cross because it's each person's individuality. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
I mean, I would if it was my wife, or my girlfriend or
Mm,
my daughter or
mhm,
my
right,
whatever. I wouldn't want them going with their titties out and
right.
you know thongs
See
showing
through,
or
right, right.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if a person is that what's the word comfortable with them with themselves and they
Hmm.
feel like that's appropriate,
You don't think
who am I
anybody?
to tell them what they can't wear? You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Hmm. So I mean, so when companies say that in the workforce, then do you think that that's wrong when a company says that certain clothes are not appropriate to be worn in the office because they can be a distraction? Do you think that that's wrong?
Depends on what those clothes are and who they talking to.
I mean, okay, let's just say like chicks or women wearing, let's just say blouse that are cut very low, cut real low in the front. Do you think that
What's very low? Do you got a ruler? Is there a
mm,
measurement? Like, you know what I mean? What's very low? Like,
mm,
you know what I
mm,
mean?
true, true.
If they're not showing their areola, you
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Hmm.
So like how can you differentiate? Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Now Renee says you're right, but I don't know what she's referring to.
what you mean?
I just read a comment. I guess it didn't come up yet. Renee said you are right, but I'm not sure what she's referring to. So Renee, see, it'd be nice if she come on. She would click on and explain
Yeah.
it because I'm not sure which conversation she's talking about. And Nike and you're right. It is a gray area. It is a gray area.
It's a big gray
It's
area
a big gray
because
area. But I guess it's almost like they say it's like pornos. You know, there's no true definition for it. But you look at the big smile. As soon as I
like
say, like,
what? How are you comparing that to porno? Like, all
like
right, go
your
ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
your
go ahead.
your smile just got
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
super
ahead, go ahead.
big. Oh, they say that it's like pornos. There's no definition for it, but you know it when you see it.
There is a
So
definition for porno.
what's the
I
definition
remember
for it?
that ruling, but that's bullshit.
Wait,
Go ahead.
wait a minute, what do you mean there? That's
I
not
remember
definition
that
for porno.
ruling. It was from I don't know. I wish Ellie was here. He from a case. One of
The
the
judges said that.
Supreme Court
Right,
justices said that.
right, right.
I think it
I
was
mean, but
Clarence Thomas.
no, it was way
But
before him. It was way before him.
was it? Well,
Yeah.
anyway, that's bullshit because everybody knows what porn is.
Well, no.
Porn is sex on film.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What about a movie that they just happen to be screwing? Is that porn? Is that porn?
If you see her vagina and you see his dick, it's porn.
Wow, now that's interesting. Because
How's
there's
that
some movies.
interesting?
I mean,
How's that
because
interesting?
now,
What you think porn is?
I mean,
What's
no,
your definition of porn?
porn is when it's when with that's all it is, just screwing. If you have a movie,
No, they make porns with plots
I mean,
and
well,
dialogue and everything else.
see, but okay,
Porn
well,
is
Nike.
sex on screen.
See,
That's
but
what it
no,
is.
Nike, there's some movies that they screw, and they might even be a little graphic, and show, now they might not, now this might be interesting. They might not show penetration, but they show, they might show his joint and her, her vagina or something, and it not be considered porn.
Have you ever seen a porn on the Playboy channel?
No. I don't know about on the Playboy channel. I've seen porn before, but
all right, but on like the Playboy channel or Hustlers, they have soft porn,
right.
So on the soft porn, you don't see the penetration, you don't see the actual act, but you see references to those acts, right?
Okay.
You'll see the girl's head going up and down,
Like,
but
you
you
gotta
won't
do it,
see
right?
her lips around the shaft. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to explain it to you. You act like you don't know. That's what porn is.
I got you.
Porn is. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Well, I mean, but again, all right, okay, yeah, that took a turn. That took a turn that I didn't
I'm just
expect.
saying, if you see the actual act of sex on
Right.
film, it's porn.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, it was now, and I guess again there are levels to it because now there's some that you were calling soft porn,
Right.
so that's not
It's
just
still
straight.
porn.
Right. Okay. I understand that. Okay. All right, man. You ready to move to this next topic, man?